So what is Tantra? Beautiful quote here from Osho. How many know Osho? Osho was a great Tantra master who was in India. He lived also in Oregon. If you saw the Wild Country, that was a quite biased story about Osho. Here's his quote that I love. Tantra is the science of transforming ordinary lovers into soulmates. And that is the grandeur of Tantra. It can transform the whole earth. It can transform each couple into soulmates. So when I really read this quote for the first time, it just stunned me, because the idea was that there's something you can do. You can create a soulmate. You can create yourself into being a soulmate. You can raise your own frequency so that you're at a frequency of love instead of a frequency of, nah, doesn't look right. Okay? You can raise your own frequency, then you can attract people of a higher frequency. So Tantra, most people think it's about sex. It is very sex positive. But that's about 15% maybe of what Tantra is. Tantra basically is an attitude towards life that things are right, that everything is divine. I don't know about you, I did not grow up in a religion where everything was divine. I grew up in a religion where, louder? Can you guys hear me back there? Trouble hearing. Okay, thank you. I grew up in a religion where this is divine and this isn't. And this is good and this is bad. And if you want to get to heaven or be a good person, you have to act this way and not this way. And almost all these things were the fun things. Right? And so that is one type of spirituality. And it's not wrong. It's one type. And the other type is everything's already divine. You're already perfect. This moment, if we can really be in this moment, mindfully aware, is perfect. Now that's hard to see because our minds are going, no, it's not. It's too hot in here. Okay? But as those of you who meditate know, we're trying to develop a practice where we maybe take a break from listening to all that judgmental mind stuff. We're trying to settle into, what if I were just present? What if I were just present? So most of us have had an experience something like this, where we walk to the top we hike up a hill, we're full of endorphins, we got that great big beautiful view, and we get overwhelmed with how everything's so perfect and beautiful, right? How many have had that? Or maybe you've had it on psychedelic drugs. Or maybe you've had it in really great sex. Or maybe you've just had it. Right? So you have that. Most people have had some kind of experience like that. They may not have called it anything or known what it was, but in Tantra, we're trying to realize that type of realization more often. We just want to relax enough to be able to really get it that life is perfect, that who I'm meeting in this moment is perfect, the fact that we're all here right now is perfect. Not sure if I'm really getting that it's so hot is perfect, but I'm trying. Okay? Just relaxing into it. Okay? So there's a lot of things about Tantra. Another thing about Tantra, the reason it got so shoved off in a corner and villainized is because it's very pro being in the body. Most of the patriarchal religions are anti-body. You're supposed to leave your body and go to heaven. In the future, that's when it will be perfect. Also, in this Western culture, we're taught to have our awareness stop at our neck because we're always looking and thinking. Looking and thinking. And our bodies are something we're not really that fond of because they kind of aren't the right size or the right shape, or they get sick. We're just not really embodied. So Tantra said everybody's body is perfect. There's nothing wrong. But what we do notice is that we're not really in them.